I want to accomplish something tonight of tremendous value for you because I want to help you boost your value. People are always concerned, what's in it for me? What's in it for you is of tremendous value because we're going to help you boost your value. How much do you value yourself? Well, you know, every day, society has trained us to put on a good face. It's not cool in front of your buddies to open your heart and tell them that you don't really trust yourself. It fluctuates also. We have certain areas of our lives where we have been able to make some headways, so we tend to value ourselves a little bit more there. We tend to compare ourselves. So we realize, hey, it's not that I value myself like I'm the most precious being on this planet, but at the same time, I don't devalue myself too bad. Let me ask you one very simple question. Did you ever sell a car? And I don't mean to ask you if you ever were like a salesman in a car dealership, but did you ever get to sell a car? And chances are the first few cars that you've had, they were not the greatest car ever. So personally, one of my first cars looked very cool. I got it from LA Gangsters, so it was kind of a low rider with chrome, sparkly, metal blue paint, but it was a piece of shit other than that. It was not easy for me to have full faith in the car that I knew was a piece of shit and for me to really sell it well. Many people come to us because they're in the field of selling, or many think one quick fix, because I hear I should also take care of my wealth and my health. So maybe one thing to do is to get into sales. And they try to sell something that they don't fully believe in. I don't believe in selling. Me, I'm on a mission. And tonight, part of that mission would be I want massive impact. One of my healthy obsession is I want to be able to produce change faster all the time for you. I want to be able to have someone who comes to me in a great state of distress and provide them with a solution and impact them, assuming they are willing to do their part right away. I also wish for those who are most committed, to save time, to really more rapidly than ever so far in self-help and spiritual history, change and transform. You have to be willing to do your part. Tonight, your part is simple. You have to click on the link. If you're already watching, you're with us. But if you're watching me on Facebook right now, you have to click on the Zoom link. How much will it cost you? Nothing. And this is big, I like to top it. So last week I shared the sacred teaching. Today we're topping it with boosting your value. So my point is this, okay? The world has taught us to hustle to be of greater value, and we recognize value in the world in different areas, okay? There's still the presupposition out there that if a person has a greater title or a greater position or more wealth or a better looking place, that they are of greater value, okay? I mean, it's inevitable, and there is something to it, otherwise everybody would get as lazy as can be, and we already all can easily fall for the tendency to be a bit lazy. So it's not a good or bad, but it's limiting. The first time that it was decided upon you how valuable you were you a good student in school or were you a bad student? Were you a good learner, a fast learner? Did you manage good grades? Or you had bad grades, which automatically kind of decided for you it's not fair. Okay? What's even less fair is for you to still let that decide for you. So, hey, I'm here to offer greater options, more solutions. I don't want to expose a conspiracy. Yet, there's a tendency for the world and society, and I know it's a big generalization, to tend to move in just one direction. So I'm not gonna discredit the idea of, hey, you need to bring more value to the marketplace. You know, people who say, pay me more. Yeah, what do you have to offer? When you bring more value, of course, people will happily pay you more. So continue to hustle to increase your value in the way that the world has taught you to be the best that you can be in all areas of your life. You know, physically, mentally, spiritually, constantly grow. But at the same time, the same way, it is not easy with full confidence unless you feel like you're bullshitting to sell a crappy car or a car you know is not that great until you explore more of your unconditional value. It's a new concept, and I will take you through an amazing process where we're going to filter the world in a way that is completely different from anything you've done before. And I know that's a big promise, but I will deliver, I promise you. So, what is unconditional value? Think about it. When were you encouraged, when were we encouraged to feel fully valuable for one simple reason, just one fact? You won the sperm race and you're alive in this incarnation as a human being. Okay? And that already is all the value that you need to get started with. Imagine entering any and all situation from that place of higher, natural, unconditional value. I know I don't know. I know there's plenty I don't know. I know certain things. But regardless, I value myself as I am, the way I am. Imagine starting to filter your reality like that and entering places, a possible new position, arriving in locations where you've never been before, picking up a new discipline. Because here's one of the challenges, okay, that we encounter in coaching guys to do better in the area of pickup, seduction. I've always taught other things. I have new series coming up. I have a new series called X is your bitch, you are the master. X will be time is your bitch, you are the master. Well, I'll help you with time efficiency. Sex is your bitch, you are the master. Goals are your bitch, you are the master. Okay? Fitness is your bitch, you are the master. So, in that series, you looked at me a little weird. Not you guys. Again, the person that should be in front of the camera, that's always finding a reason to be behind the camera by not being properly dressed to be in front of the camera. So, here's one of the challenges. Whatever you want to learn, okay? I want you to really register that. I take my time, pause, clear your mind, don't try to translate what I'm saying. So often when we learn, we become the translator. That's one of the biggest pitfalls of learning new tools of life skills. You know, the person tells you something specific and you turn it into, oh, so what you're saying, sometimes I speak for half an hour and then at the end one guy looks at me and goes, so what you're saying is just be yourself. No, because if I wanted to say just be yourself, it's not even 2 words, it's just be yourself. 3 words, I would say just be yourself. Thank you. Good night. I'll see you again at some point. So don't translate, hear it. Until you recognize, without any condition, how valuable you are as a being. It doesn't matter how sophisticated the learning that you're exposed to is, how potent it could be, how precious the mindset that you're exposed to, how deep your desire, how high your aspiration, how dedicated you are, how many hours you put in, until you unconditionally, as you are, not based on how much money you have, where you live, what you've achieved, what you haven't achieved, how smart you think you are, how well you've taken it in life, how many girls you've had, if you're a woman watching, how many guys you've had, whatever, until you more deeply value yourself unconditionally, the rest will most likely come short. There was a very interesting study at laundromats where they noticed that there was a direct relationship between how much the person valued themselves and how they treated their clothing. Don't we all treat what we value more better? Think about it. Too often I've heard people have as an excuse, I was talking about a crappy car. Oh, my car is crappy. I won't take care of it. Their car, they treat it like a garbage can. There's like cans everywhere. Why? Because it doesn't matter so much. My mentor, Marshall Silver, when he saw that I was looking at his Rolls Royce with a sense of admiration and desire, but also like, well, how will I ever get a fucking Rolls Royce? Told me, let me teach you something. You have it backwards. What kind of car you have? I was a little embarrassed to say, well, I have an old beat up Cadillac. Oh, nice. It's still a Cadillac. Hey, it's a little beat up. They said, is it impeccable inside? Do you do everything that you can to keep it as clean as can be? I said, well, the paint job is, shit! Doesn't fucking matter. Treat it as if it's your dream car. After that, I had a succession of my own dream car. Your place, everything that is yours, value yourself way more. How? There's always the big how. Things like that are not a how, like, okay, you want to take a picture on your Mac? See my Mac here? Show my Mac, love. So, okay, so I would go Command and Shift and 4. Maybe you don't like Mac. I'm not attached to that. I'm attached to my cowboy hat. There better be no fucking hater that makes a badass comment. Oh, you know we can see your little silhouette right there, inside a tree. I was like,
I'm in a tree.
Yeah. Oh, a fairy in a tree. Anyway, I'm excited. So click on that link, join us live or miss out. Here's what awaits you, okay? There's not a big how. Things like that, you start with whatever you can, okay? Tonight, maybe you go to bed and you go, okay, if I was royalty, how would I want my bed to be made? And treat yourself more like royalty. Start with something, okay? It's more like a muscle. You exercise and you need momentum. To generate momentum, to gain momentum, the first few days are always the hardest. You're not going to feel a difference. So don't be overly picky. There's too many people with things like that. They think that there's going to be a how, like, again, Command Shift 4. So it eludes them. There's no how like that. It's just get closer to it based on what you already know. You'll be lying to yourself to think that you cannot. If, let's say, that was your thesis, or suddenly you're in a weird situation where they go, all right, it's like you're amongst like some gangsters with guns or pirates, and they go, you entertain us if you want to live. Tell us more about increasing your value. And you're there with a buddy, and your buddy goes, we know nothing about increasing our value. Boom! And now you got the blood of your buddy on your body. In that moment, you go, oh shit, they are serious. Would you still maintain, but I don't know, I have no sense? Or would you kind of start to put some pieces together? I bet you would surprise yourself. You would. It's always like that. In cases of emergency, we surprise ourselves, but we don't live in cases of apparent emergency, although every day is an emergency, because every day you're moving either closer to your success or further away from it, and you don't know for how long you're here. We do not. We're always surprised. So it's so, oh, what, did I? What? So anyway, there's not like a specific how. You make headways. It's difficult at first because we all have a bit of an addiction. We want the quick fix. We want instant gratification, and then our minds keep on looking for, is it getting better? When guys go, oh, well, I messed up. It didn't really work last night. You go, what do you mean it didn't really work last night? Well, I was kissing the girl, and then a friend arrived, and then the girl disappeared. But what do you mean? Well, first, you already were kissing the girl, And then when that happens, you can always turn around and talk to another girl. You can just go to every single girl out there and go like, hey, what's your take on this? You're kissing a girl, suddenly she disappears. Did you ever do that to a guy? I'm going to do it to a girl. Let me see what girl I could do that to. You, come here, and you kiss her, and then you fucking disappear. Okay? Infinite options. Infinite options. Okay? So, then I'm going to do that process. Without a reference, it's very difficult to have an experience. So it was Napoleon Hill, whom in the book Think and Grow Rich said what the mind of men, and in this day and age we cannot say men, we got to say humans or people or men and women can conceive of, it can achieve. So that means you got to conceive of it first. I'm very intrigued and bringing breakthrough discoveries to begin to conceive of things that have not been conceived of that way before. Okay? We imagine a circle that represents your entire reality. Okay? And we imagine, maybe you came close. Maybe you've had times when you felt very valuable. Maybe you go, yeah, I truly value myself. But was it 100%? Was it like every part of your being, your DNA, your all layers of your being, your conscious, your unconscious, every aspect of you is radiating that sense of, I so deeply value myself. So we don't know exactly what that would be like. We cannot know for sure what's it like when you reach that place of, I value myself 100%. No part of me is demeaning me in any way. No part of me doesn't feel good being me. No part of me is trying to work against me. No part of me is talking shit about me. Okay? We don't know exactly, but why don't we at least, and that's what I'm going to do after answering a few questions, move in the direction of that. Kind of put it on. Like when it's Halloween or Carnival, you know, just try it on. What would it be like to walk through the world with an incredible sense of value? And then it's not an either or. Okay? So you enter whatever you enter, wherever you are, with I give myself the permission, because it doesn't make sense that we are humans and suddenly we go, yeah, we made it all the way to being humans and being alive, but there's a but. Who the fuck ever brought that concept into play? I don't know. Okay, maybe when different regime were controlling the masses and they thought, let's make them feel like shit about themselves. So who knows? What I care about is to reach above and beyond. So you start with a sense of, why wouldn't I value myself? The simple fact that I was born, the simple fact that I'm alive, that's extreme value. How do we know? Well, remove it, okay. Or remove one part of you. Suddenly, okay, you can stay, your arms stay, we remove your fucking head. Well, wouldn't you value your head? Every little part of you, everything about you. So from that place, now you want to treat that as best as you can. So you polish it, you make it better, and then you build your own value. If you want to build your own value with a sense that you're building value for something that has no value, that's a catch-22. That's the snake that's eating its own fucking tail and unaware of it.